Dr. Deb Schreiben here. What's healthy? We are! Millions and millions and millions of people use supplements, and I get tons of questions all the time. Dr. Deb, what supplements should I be taking? What supplements should I be using? How do I know if I need supplements, and how do I know what supplements to use? And I think these are all really, really good questions, and I'm not sure I have answers to all of those questions for you, but I'll tell you what I do know, and I'll tell you that a lot of it is going to be based on how you feel and what your symptoms are and how healthy you want to be. What is it? Is it immune support that you're looking for? Is it just good overall health that you're looking for? Because what I have learned over the years, and what I tell my patients all the time, is it's the quality of the supplements that you purchase and use that really make a difference. And there are differences in the different types of supplements. Let's say magnesium, for example. There's magnesium glycinate, there's magnesium citrate, there's all different forms of magnesium. So if someone says, hey, I can't sleep at night, or hey, I have anxiety, and someone might say, oh, go take magnesium, it doesn't all work the same. So, why are you using magnesium? Are you having trouble sleeping? Are you constipated? Do you have a lot of anxiety or stress? And then we'll pick the right form of magnesium, along with other things like lavender and L-theanine and lemon balm and all the other different things that could help quiet your body down. But it does matter the quality of the supplement that you're using, because oftentimes the process that they use to make these supplements can use carcinogenic things in them. So it makes it so, you think you're doing something great for your body, but it's going through this process that could leave some carcinogens in them, which cause cancer and can make you actually sicker than not. I usually recommend 4 things to my patients that they should just take as ongoing, so that you have just overall really good health. And I always recommend organic, sustainably grown, used supplements, so that you know that your body can use them. Whole food-based supplements are typically better, because your body can recognize it as food instead of manufactured in a chemical form, where the body's like, whoa, what the heck is that? I don't know what it is. So let me tell you the 4 things that I typically recommend supplement-wise for my patients to take just for overall really good health. And the first one is a multivitamin. You want to have a really good, well-rounded multivitamin. Watch out for iron, because not all iron is created equal. Some irons are constipating and can't be broken down, and a lot of multivitamins put iron in it. Just make sure it's an iron that your body can actually break down and use. The second one is a probiotic. You want to have a really excellent probiotic, because we want good bacteria in our bellies. And it used to be that we would eat all kinds of different foods, and now we're eating processed foods and foods that are genetically modified and foods that are grown 4 months ago, shipped and taken over a boat, overseas, on an airplane, on a train, into a truck, and then to your local supermarket. And by then it's been 4 months since it was picked, and it's lost a lot of its nutritive value, including a lot of the good bacteria that inoculates the gut and helps you to be healthy. So a really good probiotic is the second thing that I typically recommend for my patients. Fish oil is another one, and this is very, very important that you have a really good quality fish oil. Fish oil does lots of things like reduce inflammation in the body. It helps with cardiovascular risk, and it's super important, because when they're getting fish, you want to make sure that it's not the fish that's loaded with mercury and bottom dwellers that are really gonna get us sick instead of healthy, and helping us reduce the inflammation and helping us reduce pain and helping us to feel better. So make sure you get a really good quality fish. The other thing is vitamin D3. Vitamin D3 is very, very important. It's a huge antioxidant, and most of us are deficient in vitamin D3. We're not outside. We're putting sunscreen on so that we're not getting burns. I typically tell my patients, make sure you go outside, sit out there for 15 minutes with no sunscreen on, and then put sunscreen on, because you don't want a sunburn, because that causes all kinds of other problems. But then it gives your body time to take in that sun and then turn it into vitamin D3. Now, I will tell you, there is a large part of the population that cannot break down sunshine into vitamin D3. Me, for one, I am genetically unable to do it. I did a genetic test and it said I cannot break it down, which is why when I first tested my vitamin D3 level, I was the number 9. I actually had my very first patient 2 days ago. She was lower than me. It was the first one I have seen in all of my years in practice, but it's because I cannot break it down and use it. And it's so, so important. It gives you energy. It helps fight things like viruses. In fact, one of the biggest studies out there now is showing with the COVID virus, the coronis, we lovingly call it in my house, that people who have high levels of vitamin D3 have milder symptoms and better outcomes. This is studies coming out of the UK. Now they're doing studies right here in the United States. People with low D3 levels have much more severe symptoms and poorer outcomes, even death from coronavirus, Corona-19, the COVID-19, the coronis, whatever you want to call it. So vitamin D3 is very, very important. That's the 4th one. And I think that you should really think about getting good quality vitamins. The other thing that I've noticed is a lot of people are coming in and their doctors are telling them take 1,000 a day or 2,000 a day. I test them, they're 20, they're 25, they're 30.5. Well, the range for vitamin D3 is 30 to 100. 80 to 90 is optimal. Most people are coming in somewhere between 20 and 35. That's not enough D3. So if you're just taking 1,000 to 2,000, probably you are not taking enough D3 to give you good protective value from vitamin D3. So those are the 4 main supplements that I would recommend that everybody take every single day. Now, if I was going to throw in a couple more, a really good methylated B complex is excellent to give you better energy. A really good magnesium, like magnesium glycinate, which is very, very highly absorbable. Somebody who, if you have bone density issues, a good calcium glycinate, calcium glucarate is a great one because it can be absorbed. One thing people don't realize is that as we age, when we get osteopenia or osteoporosis, we think it's because we're not getting enough calcium in. That's not true. It's because we have a hormone imbalance, and the body in its super infinite wisdom, because it is really, really smart, goes and it leaches calcium out of the bones for the other body functions that we need it for, our heart function and the other functions, and then it leaves our bones without enough calcium. So if we balance the hormone imbalance, then the calcium will stay in those bones and our bones will stay stronger. So it's good to take an excellent, good calcium glucarate so that you can stay strong and balance those hormones so your body will stay healthy. I hope this helps as far as supplements. I know on the top of a lot of people's minds, it's let's boost our immune system. And immune support, I think, is super important with all the viruses, which aren't going away, by the way. You know, if it's not coronavirus or if it's not the flu or if it's not a cold, it's going to be something. And there's going to be some other pandemic or epidemic. You know, obesity is an epidemic in my world. Type 2 diabetes is an epidemic in my world. So there's all kinds of epidemics that people aren't even recognizing. But if we're going to talk about just immune boosting, which I think, like I said, is really on the top of people's minds, there are a lot of things that I do recommend to my patients to take every day just to keep their bodies supported, to keep their immune system supported. And of course, yes, vitamin C is one of them. Zinc is another one. Make sure if you're taking zinc, you eat lots of food with it because it can really upset your belly. So vitamin C, zinc, glutathione is a huge antioxidant, which also they're finding is helping with the virus like coronavirus, helping keeping you healthy. Another good one is quercetin, also helps keep us healthy and good and strong and helps us fight viruses. Colloidal silver, 7M, or a mushroom complex, those help fight all kinds of different infections and just really keep our immune systems good and strong. And the last one that I tell my patients all the time is elderberry. It's an excellent one, but for those of you who have blood sugar issues, be careful because some of the elderberry syrups can be higher in sugar. So those are some of the great supplements that you can be taking to help boost your immune system and keep you good and strong and healthy, along with the other 4 that just everybody in the world should be taking because we are not getting it out of our food anymore. And that's another really good point I want to talk about. You know, people say, why can't I just get my vitamins from the food that I eat? And I honestly believe food should be our medicine. Supplements shouldn't be our medicine. Medicine shouldn't be our medicine. Food should be our medicine. But the problem is we have farmed and refarmed our soil, so there's not enough nutrition in the soil. So even when we're growing organic, oftentimes we cannot get enough of that nutrition to give our bodies the things that we need to be super strong and super healthy, especially in a time when we're in a pandemic. So I hope that helps. I do have a call. I do have a question coming in from Carol, and Carol says, how can I combine supplements with diet modification? And that's a really great question. I think I just started kind of talking about that. It's pretty easy to do that. All of the supplements that I talked about, you can take while you're eating a good, healthy food. I would make sure you eat veggies at every meal. And I know people look at me like I have 10 heads when I say eat veggies at breakfast. Let me say it again. Eat veggies at breakfast, which is weird here in the United States, but everywhere else in the world, people eat veggies at breakfast. So that's a great way to start bringing food in and getting good nutrition in. And incorporating supplements and your food. Making smoothies is a really great way to do it as well. And that actually keeps all kinds of good fiber in there. So when you do make a smoothie, make sure you don't do too sweet, that you do all kinds of greens like kale and spinach and all of those things. What I do in my house when it's time to make smoothies is I just take all of the veggies that are starting to go bad and throw them into our Vitamix or throw them into our Ninja, blend them up with some ice, and then I put some things like carrots and oranges and apples, not too much of the sweet stuff. We tend to want all of that sweet stuff, and all the sweet stuff really shoots up our blood sugar, especially if we're juicing. By the way, juicing alone takes the fiber out, which is why when we juice, it can shoot up our blood sugar, because fiber dampens how quick our body absorbs sugars. So I know I'm talking a lot about food and juicing and smoothies and supplements and how to make good choices, but first, whole food supplements are really great. Second, make sure that you're eating quality food and taking quality supplements, because it absolutely matters. You don't want to put bad stuff in when you think you're putting in good stuff. So Carol, I hope that answered your question for you. It was a really, really great question. I hope that you guys have enjoyed today. I'm going to give you some contact information. So if you want to email me, you can email me at feelbetter@lakepointwellnesscenter.com. You can go to my website at feelbetterhere.com, or you can just do the old-fashioned give me a call at 770-974-5215. If you have health issues, health concerns, you want to talk more about this, I do telemedicine all the time. I've been doing it for years and years. We can set that up for you. You can call me. You can ask questions. We can see each other so I can see your sweet faces on my computers. I hate more than anything, when I can't see you guys. And I can see if I can help you get healthier and actually live a longer, healthier, better quality life. So until next time, love and light, health and happiness. Bye-bye.